What's up, guys? I have another haul, and it was a big X-Men week for me. I mean, I got a lot of key issues that I've needed for a long time. So let's get right into it. X-Men 129. Yeah, and I have the theme song going and everything. That's the type of week I've had with X-Men. But X-Men 129, first appearance of Sebastian Shaw, Emma Frost, and Kitty Pryde. That's a threefer. I was very happy to get this. I mean, I've been looking for it for a really long time, and I just wanted to get it at the right price. And it was always way too much, and always either beat up or you know how it is. But I was able to get it online. I mean, this thing is nice. I mean, it was listed as 8.5, definitely 8.5 to 9.0. I mean, it has no issues on the cover. Nothing at all. I mean, the only thing is the back has a little bit of browning here and there, but man, this thing is really nice, and it was an awesome story, a Chris Claremont story, and it's one of those classics that I remember from the animated series in the 90s, 20 years ago. They kind of did a little story on it, so it was really cool. It's the one with where they're trying to get Jean Grey to join the Hellfire Club, and I think that makes her the Dark Phoenix, or they awaken something in her. I don't remember, but it was a really good story. I didn't get through the whole saga because it's just, a few random ones, but it was a really good read, and I'm really happy to get it. I paid $40, maybe a little bit of shipping, and I don't know. I'm okay with it. I think I paid maybe more than I wanted to, but I think it's in this condition, it's worth a lot more if you check out Overstreet. But let's move on to the next one. Yes, I needed this for a while, and I'm kind of embarrassed that I didn't have it. X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit, first full appearance. Not that good of a read, but it's one of those classic covers. I mean, I've seen this so many times. We all have. I mean, everybody that loves X-Men definitely should have this. It's not that expensive. I paid $30 for it, and I'd say it's near mint. And I never find this at a comic book store. I have only really 2 comic book stores around me. Only issues right here. But anyway, I only have 2 comic book stores near me, and I find everything I'm looking for, but it's never in the right condition. And that, to me, I mean, I can't do it sometimes. Sometimes it's so beat up, and I see why they're still there, because everybody just passes up on it because it's so beat up. But anyway, more X-Men, yes. First appearance of Jubilee, and I can't believe I'm actually this excited about this appearance. It's just, she's, again, I used to love the animated series in the 90s. It actually kind of hit me to X-Men back in the day when I was a young kid watching that cartoon. And these are all my favorite characters, Gambit, Jubilee, Wolverine, Cyclops. I'll never be able to get Cyclops' first appearance, but I can do the next best thing and maybe get Gambit and a few other people that I didn't have. And this one I should have had a long time ago. I just didn't want to pay $20. Everybody wants way too much for this. I managed to pay $9, and this thing is near mint. And it was a good story. I don't want to admit it. I hate to admit it, but it was probably the best story I had all week. Well, maybe. First appearance of the Huntress number one. First appearance of Helena Bertinelli as the Huntress. And I normally don't get excited about a comic, this cheap. It was $4. I'm sure people found it in a dollar bin. I wasn't so lucky. But $4, and it's a first appearance. This thing is like near mint. And, she's just, for me, she's getting hot right now because of Arrow. I've been watching a lot of Arrow. I'm catching up. I didn't even realize it was a good show. I always avoid CW shows, and a lot of people told me, watch the show. Finally watched it. I'm all caught up. Thanks to Netflix, but anyway. This was definitely a good read. It was kind of actually very graphic, with certain things that go on in there. And it was, I was surprised for a comic book. So it was like, it puts it even that much in that category. Like, this is really under the radar. I think people should get it. If you don't have it, get it. And I think I've seen a few people show off this comic. So I'm probably late to the game, but as always. But Thor number 225, first appearance of the Fire Lord. I guess he's a herald of Galactus. I didn't get a chance to read this. I've been reading so many lately. and just work all that stuff. But this one was, I paid $5 for it. It's in fine minus condition, and so I couldn't pass it up. So at $5, I'm like, holy shit. I've seen a few of you guys show this off, and I wanted a reason to talk about Thor. I mean, look at this. I mean, it has a few issues right here. I'm sure you can't see anything, but other than that, it's and a little crease right here. I hate creases, but damn it, can't do much about it. But yeah, saw the movie Thor 2. Awesome movie. It had its issues, like every one of those movies that, are based on comic books or graphic novels, whatever they want to call it. But it was a good movie. Awesome battle scene. Malekith was a lot better, in the movie than in the comics. And yes, I said it, all right? He did a really good, the guy played a really good role, and just the way it was developed, it was cool. A lot of things about it. So, yeah, and the battle scene at the end was cool, so check it out if you haven't seen it. Wanted a reason to talk about it, and there you have it, Firelord #1. Not the biggest issue, minor key, but hey. Yeah, and I spent a good amount of money. I didn't go crazy, I bought a few expensive ones, like one or two, and then everything else just like, under $10, because I just, can't spend a lot of money on comics every week. Take my time. X-Men 164, continuing that X-Men week. First appearance of Binary. This is another one of those cheap ones that, I think for me is a good minor key issue, especially Carol Danvers. She's hot right now, so she's been hot for a while. She turns into Binary and has to be the most used and abused character in all of X-Men. I mean, they've taken her powers away. They've turned her into a vegetable. She's been kidnapped for decades at a time. And now they're like taking her to space. Something happens to her, and then she turns into Binary. I mean, it was just she's just been used and abused and all over the place. So, but it was a good read. All right, Fantastic Four 164. I bet you people are like, what the hell? This guy's crazy for getting this. Maybe so. It was the first appearance of Frankie Ray, who later turns in to Nova. And, I always mention I love Silver Surfer. I watched the cartoon, and she's one of those characters that's, a big part of Silver Surfer, especially like the more modern age one. And she's just, to me, that character is as cool as fuck, just all flame. I'm sorry to cuss, but she's really cool. She is just the whole flame thing. And then her character in here, like, she looks almost like Mary Jane, too. So that was kind of cool that they kind of seemed like she was inspired by other characters. And this thing is nice and white. And, almost no issues. I mean, it has maybe a little warping or something up here. I don't know what the heck happened. But, I paid a little bit more than I wanted to. I paid $11. Yes, I did for this. Because it was near mint. Trust me, I didn't want to, but it's like, when I finally had the money and the time, and this was on the list, I was like, alright, I'm going to get these. Had to get this, and I'm sure people found this for $3. And I'm sure I could find it at the comic book store for $3. But I bet you it's beat to shit. Anyway. Fantastic Four 244, first appearance of Nova, Frankie Ray as Nova. And it's another one of those that it's not the biggest key issue, but for me, man, I needed this, and I needed this other one, because that's one of my favorite characters. She's cool as hell and doesn't get much respect, but she's a cool character. And this was a good read. Both of them were really good reads. I like almost all of these, with the exception of the Gambit one. First appearance of Gambit they were all pretty good reads. So I definitely had a good week. Good reads. I want to say, the community out there, everybody's been really cool. I like your videos. Keep posting videos, and I'm going to try to keep posting videos too. Because I'm always going to have, new comic books and new things. So yeah, what's up everybody? Thank you for watching again.